You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. It's something you on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you into the Let's Play episode of Homecoming, Torihiko's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright. See you later, Shun. I wave to him and he waves back. However, I can tell that the smile on his face is half-hearted. I noticed Tora and Satoru walking together. The two of them seem to be talking to one another. With a smile, I jog over them before slowing to a walk. As I join them, Torihiko turns to look at me and smiles warmly. Hey, Yuki, want to race back to the inn? I gulp, my ears flattening back against my head. After all those snacks, I'm surprised I can even walk. Satoru glances over at me and gives a shrug. Ah, God, the voice I was doing for Satoru, that's right, southern Japanese gentleman. The best time for a run during the summer is at night, Mr. Nishimura. The heat makes you more tired. I let out a pitiful groan, staring back at the line in disbelief. Ugh, not you too! He gives a soft chuckle and shakes his head. My mom's picking me up at the inn. Besides, I gotta keep up with Mr. Takahara somehow. The lion gives me a polite bow, raising his hand in a small wave. See you later, Mr. Nishimura. You too, Mr. Ushima. We watch Satoru disappear into the distance, walking together in silence for several moments. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just do that every day? I jump, not expecting him to talk so suddenly. However, the meaning of his words aren't lost on me. Actually, Shun and I were discussing it just before we left. Torihiko doesn't stop looking ahead, although I can see the raised eyebrow. Really? What did you say? There's something suspicious about how quickly he questions me. Even though he's starting out on the path ahead, I know he's eager for an answer. That's private. I force back a grin as Tora comes to a complete stop and stares at me, an annoyed look on his face. Before he can protest, I let a smile come to my face. I'm kidding. The truth is, I hate Masaka. Oh. My brutal honesty brings a look of shock to his face. Really? Konosuke was convinced you'd be too spoiled by the city to want to come back here. I'm unable to hold back the snort I give. My eyes lock onto Tora's and I shake my head. Konosuke's never seen real traffic before. Getting anywhere on time can be a real nightmare. My ranting comes to an abrupt end as Torihiko places his hands on my shoulders. His smile returns to his face and he gives me a wink. Well, you wouldn't need a car here, though you might have to start jogging with me. Puh! I'm having a hard time figuring out if you became a jock or an even bigger geek while I've been gone. My teasing brings a happy laugh from Tora, the tiger looking off into the sunset. It's like, water time? Water. Oh yeah. That's the spot. Well, what can I say? I've got something everyone could love. Is this a date? Okay. Smoke silently rises from the nose of my father's old pig figurine. I watch it from the corner of my eye as I flop down on my bed to rest. Man, this has been a long day. Nothing happens in the country after dinner. It's completely different from what I'm used to in Osaka. I've had to adjust a lot living here again in the past few days. When I'm home, I'm able to keep the windows shut because of air conditioning. When I found out the fan my grandparents set aside for me didn't work, all I could feel was despair. Despair turned to frustration when I figured out that I couldn't leave the windows open either. Stupid cicadas. I guess that's what happens when you take something for granted. I look around my dad's room while fanning myself. This feeling of a full stomach is making me sleepy. My hand grips the television remote I left nearby. I feel my eyelids get heavier as they start to close. I should probably turn the television off, but... it still feels too early for that. Laying still for a moment, I decide what I'm going to do. Turn it off. I should probably turn it off. There's no sense of prolonging the day if I don't feel like doing anything else. Oh, one second. What if you leave it on? I think I'm going to leave it on for now. I've found sometimes the noise helps me rest. I know it uses a lot of electricity, but it doesn't use that much electricity, Jesus. It's so soothing. that was a real yawn. Ha! My drowsiness is cut off violently when loud noises start coming from the television. Oh, come on! As I blurrily rub my eyes, I glance over at the screen. It looks like a feature on living in the country. What's being shown is quite fascinating, actually. There are hundreds of green lights floating freely by the river. The studio audience loudly voices their awe at the scene. Fireflies, huh? I haven't seen one since I moved away from Minnesota. Even then, I didn't see them that often. Maybe I should go firefly catching while I'm here. Where did I last see any? I think it was with Grandpa at the time, but I can't quite remember the details. It's no use. The memory feels like an out-of-focus photograph. Maybe Grandpa remembers? I feel a sudden spark of excitement burn within me. You know what? I don't feel like sleeping right now. Why don't I get out there and find some fireflies? Wow, that's exciting. How often do city boys get the chance to do this? I can feel my heart pounding as I jump out of bed and start making preparations. I'll probably need some bug spray. Getting covered in insect bites would suck. Water time. This is bad. I scratch my cheek as I look around. Getting directions from Grandpa was a good start, but Minnesota looks completely different at night. Wah! I managed to get myself lost quite easily. I mean, I know roughly where I am, but I don't think I'm going to make it to my destination, no matter how hard I try. Where is it? My voice is swallowed up by the darkness. I see lights of faraway houses flicker in the distance. The other light tonight is coming from the moon and stars. I walk carefully, trying not to stumble. There's not enough light for me to see where I'm putting my feet. God, what happened to the rustic scenery from the daytime? Was it always this creepy at night? I begin to regret coming this far out in the dark. I guess I could come back tomorrow, but... No. I've made it this far. I can tough it out a little longer. You're a big boy now, Hiroyuki. There's nothing to be afraid of out here. All alone in the dark. In the distance, I finally catch sight of dancing green lights. I came out to catch some fireflies, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I prepare my net and open the glass jar I brought with me. Target locked. A devious smile crosses my face. With everything ready, I look back up. Instead of seeing the fireflies again, I see another stranger light in the distance. It bobs up and down in a steady rhythm. That's kind of spooky. I feel a cold chill run down my spine. I try to shake it off, but something about it just feels off. Like I'm very much in danger. The sound of footsteps grows louder. Judging by the way the light is growing, I'd say it's coming right for me. My heart starts beating like crazy, but I resist the instinctive urge to run away. No, it's only going to get me killed. When there's a serial killer on the loose, you have to think rationally on your feet. Okay, Hiro, just stay calm. Stay calm. I carefully try to sneak off and hide behind a tree. My gaze never shifts from the light coming towards me. I know if there are any sudden movements, I need to make a run for it. This was such a bad idea. Stupid! Why would I think catching fireflies alone at night was a good idea? I could be safe and sound at night, and could be safe and sound at home, sleeping without a care in the world. Now, I'm desperately trying to stay alive in a... Gah! I fall face first into the dirt. Gah! I crawl forward in a last-ditch attempt to hide. It's all over now. Surely the killer knows I'm here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. You really do freeze when you're scared for your life. I close my eyes tightly. It'll all be over soon. The sound of rustling grass suddenly stops. I feel myself swallow with a loud gulp. Water time. Nothing? I timidly begin to open one eye. When I look up, I see the freshly severed head of a bear? Gah! I sink back down to the ground. As I lie there trembling, the head suddenly speaks. Nishimura? No, this is not how it's supposed to end! Nishimura, it's me! My god, the killer even knows my name! Who are you, you bastard? When I gaze up to get a good look at my assailant, I see none other than... Juichi? Hello? God, why are you trying to scare me? This is the second time today I thought I was being chased by a serial killer. My apologies, that wasn't what I was trying to do. I saw you standing by the river and thought you might need help. It's dangerous to be near water without a light source. Then you fell. I was sure you hurt yourself. Screaming when you saw me didn't help. Oh. So this was all just a big misunderstanding? I scratched behind my ear. Sorry, Juichi. I brush myself off as I stand. Wait, so you thought I was a serial killer? Yeah? He lets out a deep sigh. I've been told it looks scary before, but this is the first time I've been mistaken for something that evil. I'm sorry, I panicked. You know how we foxes are? Self-preservation instinct through fear is practically encoded in our DNA. I'm glad it's dark outside. Otherwise, I'm sure Juichi would see my face as scarlet red. What were you thinking coming out here without a flashlight? I just wanted to catch some fireflies. I remember Grandpa leaving one on the table and telling me not to forget it. Why am I such a ditz? Dope! Without meaning to, I thumped my forehead with enough force to knock me down again. Yep, classic Nishimura. Here, take my hand. If you sit too long on the grass, your pants are going to get soaked with dew. Thanks. Ow, 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 ow! When I'm back on my feet, I notice a sharp pain in my ankle. I can barely stand. We need to get you home. You might have sprained something. I'll be fine, really. Ow! I bend down and rub my ankle. It really hurts, but I'm not convinced it's a sprain. Here. He turns his back to me and crouches down. I'll give you a ride. Hurry up and get on. What? You don't need to do that. Give me a minute and the pain will pass. Probably. There's no way I'm leaving you in the dark after that. But... Don't just stand there. He raises his voice, which usually indicates he's getting frustrated. Alright, I'll do it. Sorry. I feel slightly humiliated as I climb onto Juichi's back. I can feel him tensing up as he lifts my legs and holds them under his arms. I wrap my arms around his neck so I don't fall off. Fortunately, he's big enough compared to me. Fortunately, he's big enough compared to me that this isn't much of an issue. You okay? Yeah. I should be good. Thanks, Juichi. 1 second, y'all. It is water time. With that, he starts walking, making sure the flashlight in his right hand keeps the path illuminated. I take a look around as we walk. I like seeing everything with fresh eyes from up here. I'm not too heavy, am I? The guys I throw around are a lot heavier. Tora, for instance. I let out a dry laugh. He does seem to throw Torihiko a lot. Though I'm sure it's because Tora provokes him into doing it. I don't know why, but lately he's been particularly annoying. It's like he's trying to get on my nerves. Is it all that different from back then, though? As soon as you guys start messing around, it's like the old days again. He used to be real timid about teasing me, but nowadays he doesn't hesitate at all. That swim team has been a bad influence on him. I'm sure Tora doesn't mean it. Juichi lets out another deep sigh. I try to change the subject. By the way, what are you doing out here at this hour? I didn't think anybody from the village would be around for the rebound the river band at a time like this. Unless they're a serial killer. Jeez, why am I obsessed with them all of a sudden? I was taking a walk. A walk? Why? It's a daily routine for me. That's interesting. I had an image of 27 Juichi constantly practicing judo in his spare time. I suppose it's never good to make assumptions. You said you were out here catching fireflies? Well, I tried at least. That's kind of... His voice quiets as it trails off. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate the support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to Not Safe for Work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!